Here are the M Property Management guarantees to our property owners. There's nothing worse than working with a company with no skin in the game, that if they don't perform, there's no consequences. And I always felt in business, there should be guarantees. I should be able to back up what I say, and if I can't do it, there should be a guarantee to our owners. And so these are great value propositions, great value that are part of our silver, gold, and platinum and MPO programs. And here are some of the top guarantees that I personally love that have massive value for you and assurances. Number one, eviction coordination. Over the last nearly decade of working with rentals, tenants, screening applications, we've got really good at finding out who's going to be a great tenant and who's not going to be a great tenant. With our background check, criminal background checks, credit score checks, reference checks, income verification checks, we feel really confident that we can avoid evictions, avoid getting in the situation in which an eviction takes place. Our track record speaks for itself when it comes to how many evictions we've actually had to go through. It's very, very, very low. It's almost non-existent. If it weren't for COVID, we probably have a flawless record when it comes to evictions. So we have a guarantee. If we place the tenant and they have to be evicted, we will help coordinate all of the efforts, which there's a lot of efforts in evictions. We got to give all the documentation, and we have to work with the attorneys, and we have to possibly show up at court. And it takes a lot of time and effort, and we're going to waive all of those fees if that happens. Number two is a property damage guarantee. I mean, what's worse than the fear of placing the wrong tenant, or the knowledge that you have and the experience you have of that story where you put the wrong tenant in there, or there was a situation they left you with a lot of damage, a lot of property damage. That's why we have a property damage guarantee. If we place a tenant in your property under a property management, under certain programs, you're going to be guaranteed up to 1 month's rent of damage, right? So it doesn't mean the tenant doesn't have to pay for the damage or they're not held responsible with their security deposit. It just means that as a company, we're going to step in and cover above and beyond what may have happened at the property. It's pretty rare, but it does give you that absolute confidence. Number three is pet damage. Really, allowing pets in your property is something we want you to explore, because you can command higher rents. You get tenants to stay in your properties for longer because people love their pets so much, and it's hard for them to go anywhere else if they have a pet. So we want to allow them to find properties and inventory where they can have their pets live with them. So we want to give you a pet damage guarantee. If we approve the tenant and approve their pet into one of your properties or units, and the pet causes the damage, we are going to guarantee that damage up to 1 month's rent. So you're guaranteed. So you get a little bit more rent, you get a happy tenant that's going to stay there longer, and you're protected against the damages. Number four, quality tenant guarantee goes back to what we believe. We believe we're really, really good at marketing homes for rent, really good at finding a lot of people, building a ton of demand for your properties, and being able to screen them and find the best quality tenant. If we find a tenant and they don't stay there for a year, see, we want to get them on a 1-year lease. If they don't stay there for a year, we will find you another tenant, no charge, no cost. Absolutely. Because if you look at our plans, there's, leasing fees associated with placing a tenant, because it's very expensive to do the type of marketing we do for properties. But if they don't stay for a year, they don't work out for whatever reason, job relocation, they can't afford it, they need to move out, we're going to have an easy exit for them, and we're going to be able to place another tenant, and there's no charge to you whatsoever. And one of my favorite guarantees is the 21-day lease guarantee. Ask about the 21-day lease guarantee. A lot of our owners, time is money. Time is absolutely money, whether you have a mortgage or no mortgage. If you don't have someone in your rental unit, you are losing money every single day. And so we guarantee we will lease your property in 21 days. Right? And if we can't do that, there's a little bit of benefit to you in terms of recouping some of that cost, or we waive our leasing fee, or we lower the leasing fee. So check that out. Every program's a little different, but there's guarantees built into those programs: bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and of course, our MPO, multiple property owners. So check out the guarantees, reach out to our company. We'd love to go over them with you. And so you can get all these benefits, because I'm confident you're not going to find these guarantees anywhere else.